Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called for a meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump, this in order to hammer out the most sensitive issues in a future peace deal with Russia, such as control of territory, following the latest round of U.S.-Ukrainian talks. Zelensky says Ukrainian and U.S. delegations are close to finalizing a 20-point plan at the talks over the weekend in Miami. According to Zelensky, the latest version of a plan to end the Russian invasion would freeze the front line but still pave the way for Ukrainian withdrawals and the creation of demilitarized zones. The Ukrainian president says that he is ready to pull his troops back from areas of the eastern Donetsk region still under Kiev's control and turn the areas into a demilitarized zone as part of a possible peace deal with Moscow. The offer is the closest Zelensky has come to address the thorny territorial disputes in Donetsk that have repeatedly derailed peace talks. Ukraine also suggested Godar, a city occupied by Russia that manages the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, could become a demilitarized zone. The plan also sees joint U.S., Ukrainian, and Russian management of the Zaporizhzhia plant that is occupied by Russian troops. Zelensky says he expects Russia to respond to the peace plan in the next 24 hours. On NATO, he says it is NATO members' choice whether to have Ukraine or not. He stated that Ukraine would hold presidential elections only after an agreement is signed. Russian President Putin has been briefed about a potential peace deal, and Moscow is now formulating its position.
Another issue is the management of the nuclear power plant in Zaporizhzhia. The U.S. is proposing a joint venture that would include the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia as equal partners. Ukraine does not want to do business with Russia, Zelensky said, and so he counter-proposed a joint venture that would be 50-50 between Ukraine and the U.S., with the U.S. free to distribute its share as it sees fit, presumably with Russia. Now, all of this will depend on Russia's response, which we expect in the coming hours and days, and that will determine the path of the peace process.